Hey guys, great to see you. RS, hi baby, how are you? Thanks for popping by. All right, so let's get into this. Sagittarius, it's mythology week. So wanted to make sure that I got you guys a mythology story, and the pre-shuffle produced Persephone. Now, this, by the way, is the High Priestess card. So we'll first just mention we could have a little bit of Virgo, Pisces, Cancer vibe, but let's jump into the storytelling of Persephone. So in Greek mythology, Persephone is the daughter of Demeter. And Demeter is the goddess of the earth. Persephone is considered to be both the goddess of springtime and also the goddess of the underworld. And that is because once upon a time, and by the way, Persephone was supposed to be a very pure, innocent daughter of Demeter's. But once upon a time, Hades, the god of the underworld, saw her, fell in love with her, and decided to abscond with her and take her down to be his goddess of the underworld. And Persephone's mother, Demeter, wasn't having any of that. And she actually went on quite a rampage. She cursed the earth for a period of time and made sure nothing would grow, that there would be droughts and whatnot. She went and got the goddess Hecate's torches to help her, light the way as she quested everywhere and was seeking her daughter. And this ultimately is a story about why we have seasons. It's when Demeter does not tend to the earth because she is mourning Persephone that the earth starts to lay fallow. Now, obviously, because of all the havoc that Demeter was wreaking on Earth, she finds out that, Hades stole my daughter. I want her back. And so Hermes, the messenger, is the only god, I think, who is able to cross between. Normally, if you go into the underworld, that's it. You're stuck there forever. But Hermes is the messenger who's able to actually cross through. So he kind of helps to work out the deal of hey, Zeus says, bring Persephone back. And Hades says, all right, fine, yes. But he tricks Persephone into eating a couple of pomegranate seeds. And the rule is if you eat or drink anything while you're in Hades, then you must remain or at least return. And so for a couple months each year, she has to go back and spend time in Hades. And again, that is when her mother gets vengeful and ceases to tend to the earth. And so that gives us the cycles of the seasons, the 4 seasons. But it also, because it depicts her as a goddess of both life and death, because we're dealing with, Hades and the underworld, and also her having that duality being the goddess of springtime, because when she comes back, Demeter is very happy and the earth is, very abundant. So it's more of the story of, the duality of rebirth, really. But that is the way they chose to tell a story about how does the earth have seasons. So we'll keep that in mind as we begin this. But we certainly have the energy here of a high priestess. Hi, guys. So great to see everyone. We've got the energy here of not only somebody who's doing some deep intuitive introspection, but it may be about beginnings or endings. We'll see. But we have a 4 of Swords in the reverse. And then we have got the, hang on, I almost can't see that. Oh, I'm sorry, the 6 of Swords. Sorry, the way this is written, it's I literally had to first notice the swords there. I was so intent on finding the writing here. But as you can see, it's, I love this deck, but it's, the words are almost invisible in some of the paintings. So it's written right in the froth of the ocean there. 6 of Swords is healing and moving on. So we can assume something that was lost has been found and we're happy once more. But then we also have, with that 4 of Swords there in the reverse, we have the I'm no longer silent. I'm happy once more. I'm no longer in a healing phase. Everything is good. So Sagittarius could be recovering from an illness, could be feeling much better, could be feeling much more empowered, much more happy in general. They could have gotten beyond a difficult phase of life, but this feels really good. Now, remember though, it is the High Priestess card first, which talks about somebody who intuitively is like, you know what, I think things are starting, to show me that brighter days are ahead. So I could look at it that way as well. We've got a 7 of Cups. Feeling better, feeling like a difficult chapter of life is coming to a close, but not knowing what comes next. That's the way I would describe this card and this whole story so far. And it's like anything could happen. I wonder what is next. This feels like there's a lot of hope. This feels like there's a lot of different opportunities. This feels like for Sag, certainly. We've got a Knight of Cups, and then we've got the Page of Wands here. I could meet somebody new. I could have some fun. I could stumble across something awesome. I could go, exploring and find some magical cave. Who knows? Hope has returned into Sagi's life. Hope for the unknown, the future that is yet to unfold. This is so important because I really think that these first 2 cards say, okay, Sag must have had one heck of a rough go of it and quite a bit of healing to do. And now it's like, I can break my silence. I don't have to be out there by myself. I can interact. I can be around others. I feel so much better. I'm ready to, be a part of, the world again. But the excitement is, I don't know what the universe has in store for me. Is there love? Is there adventure? It kind of feels like Sag is hoping for some of that. Universe, why don't we turn to the universe right now and just say, what do you have in store for Sag? Because as much as Sag comes across as the high priestess here, they still don't know. Of course, nobody knows what their future holds, but certainly our actions sometimes, gravitate us in a direction or bring things into our lives as we, welcome stuff. And we've got a 6 of Pentacles. So definitely a nice energy here of the universe responding with, well, Sag is going to get the same vibe coming to them that they're putting out. 6 of Pentacles is a great energy of, fairness, balance, equality. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse. No more delays. I do feel like Sag was in I'm not going to say stalled out, but they were in like a stasis for a chunk of time, probably because they were doing some much needed healing. But no more. There's really nothing holding Sag back, especially when we're talking about like in the more spiritual sense. Sag is feeling like energetically, I know I feel different. Energetically, I know I feel more healed. Energetically, I sense that something in my life is about to change and I'm here for it. Like I signed up for this. So I would definitely say the energy of the goddess of spring is what this card is giving more so than the goddess of underworld. After all, we have the sun. We do have a 4 of Wands in the reverse. So the universe is saying what Sag, the vibe that they're putting out is what they'll be receiving back. If they're giving off, awesome energy and, having conversation with strangers, and Sag is like engaging and, talking about things that matter, they'll probably have great conversation with people. If Sag is interested in somebody and flirting a little bit, that flirting is going to be returned. If Sag is, looking for someone to do business with, they'll probably find great people to do business with because there's going to be this reciprocated energy. Sag has opened up like this flow, this channel of energy into their life of equality and balance, but it does begin with them and what they are putting forth. And then with that Sun card, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I want to be really, really happy. But the universe is saying one thing: have clarity on what makes you happy. Don't worry too much about like, okay, but do I have to find the right person? Is this going to lead me to a marriage? It's like, don't even approach anything like that where I have to find, the partner or the person that I'm balanced with. Just ask, who are you happy with? What makes you happy? I think it's almost saying, Sag, don't immediately start having to think about doing the work of figuring out, is this the right person? What does this mean? Sag might kind of be entitled to just have some fun with Mr. or Mrs. right now, not necessarily Mr. or Mrs. Right. There's no guarantee of meeting the perfect person that, okay, now I have to get super serious and we're going to have to talk about marriage. The universe is like, how about just have a really nice time, especially, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in summer, right? So Um, hence, what a wet rat I look like tonight. That's not because I went swimming. I was busy outside and it was so hot and like my hair is limp and I was sweating like a beast and I had no makeup on anymore. I had to reapply all of it. But yeah, it's hot summer where I'm at. And so I feel like with that in mind though, we have like have a great summer, have a ball, be delighted. We have this baby riding a dog, which I mean, this card literally has like all my favorite things. If there was a cup of coffee in this card, it would be like everything I love rolled into one card, right? You got the outdoors, you got sunshine, you got babies, you got doggies, you got, fields of flowers, in this case, lavender. Like, what a great card, right? But I just think that this is like, now it's time to kick up your heels. You're going to be meeting fun people, have a fun time with them. Don't get too serious too soon. Not because it might not end up serious, but because why put any pressure on oneself when you're just having this beautiful turn of events. Like that seems to be the way the universe is talking to our Sag. Yeah. Have a good time. You deserve it. You came through a heartbreak. You healed yourself up. It took a probably Herculean amount of effort. So now is a time to just celebrate that. We got through the hardest parts. I kind of love this gentle encouragement from the universe, and it's like allowing Sag to just have a good time. Now, I do want to ask about the good time, right? Tell me about the sun, just a little tiny bit. We have got the Eight of Cups. All right. So, Eight of Cups is it's walking your own path for sure. I'm not saying somebody is playing dress up, but if somebody has like an animal like snuggie or robe or costume or something, I don't know. Does Sag does Sag have like I don't know, like a fun, goofy side? This just looks like go to that, whatever that dance rave, go out there, wear your wild costume, have a great time, go just dance by yourself. I'm hearing Billy Idol. I'm dancing with myself. There's something here about like walk your own wild path. We got the Temperance card, find more peace. This is on the heels of that Sun card, right? I'm asking what is the great happiness here? And it's like finding peace through whatever it is that rocks Saggie's boat. And I just keep feeling like Sag has I don't know, like they have a quirkiness to them in this story that I really dig. I don't know if this is like a blanket or something. You know how there's like those blankets that look like burritos and you can burrito yourself up, or a blanket that looks like, a mermaid fishtail and you can slide yourself in. But I feel like this is like a little animal coat. And it just feels like, do you be quirky, be fun, do you? That's what gives you peace. Cuddle up and, watch some great TV if that's your thing. But there is an element of, and this almost seems like a contradictory card because oftentimes with the Temperance it's all about finding peace, but this is like go out and hunt down your peace. So I don't think that this is going to be an inactive Sagittarius. The happiness that Sag would be interested in like engaging with, they would actually go out and seek it. So if there's a hobby, if there's something that Sag really enjoys, they'll probably go out and do it. And here we have like the ravens, which are the messengers in Norse mythology. And obviously the eye is, I don't know if Sag has great, beautiful green eyes or hazel eyes or something, or just very noticeable eyes. I feel like somebody's eyes like crinkle or something when they smile in a really cute way. But there is something about like seeking what would make Sag happy. Now it's interesting because I don't want to sound like bad. It's not like Sag is going, what makes me happy is if I could meet somebody who's lonely and then, we could have a, nice time together. But this is the Five of Pentacles. Look, I think I would interpret this more like Sag might get a lot of joy out of helping others. And it could be that when they see a place where their talents can be shared or used, maybe they're like, oh, I have this purpose. So they could be, as much as it's like go out and have a good time, I think that Saggie's good time might be to find purpose in life, to help others, to uplift others. And this could be in any avenue, right? This could be, oh, I want to volunteer, for some whatever school program, helping during the summer months, get kids up to speed with their reading so they can, get into the classes that they want. I want to help because the Five of Pentacles is like a deficit. It's something that's missing. I want to help people that maybe need a little bit of assistance. And it does feel like they've got a lot of kindness in them and a lot to give. Sag is very strong, but I also keep thinking that Sag has like this fun, quirky energy, but also now we see the serious edge. But I feel like people find Sag that need something, because if Sag is showing up here as a Queen of Swords, it's like, I can't help it. People gravitate toward me, which is the energy of a queen, right? That's the feminine energy. Even if Sag is a man, they're still in this energy where they people gravitate. I could picture the Sag saying, I don't know why, but strangers always come up to me and tell me their life story. I don't know why, but I'm the person on a crowded street with hundreds and hundreds of other people out. Someone will come up and ask me to sign their petition. They'll ask me for some spare change. They'll ask me for directions. They'll ask me, for a little bit of help. I don't know why, but you know what? It's nice. And I'm thinking maybe it's because Sag sees people. Maybe Sag really looks people in the eyes. That's a beautiful thing. This Sag feels like they would be a very compassionate person, specifically because we know they know what it feels like to be down and out. They know what it feels like to be heartbroken and betrayed. It's nice though, because I wonder if, as much as Sag is a giver, I do still feel like Sag makes great bonds with people. Because remember that Six of Pentacles. This is the next chapter of Saggie's life. They're going to be a lot happier, and they're going to start to be finally able to receive some of what they are, energetically putting out. So I got to say, don't underestimate the people that come towards Sag. Even if somebody first walks up and it's like, hey, can you give me directions? I'm new here. Don't know, Sag. That person asking for directions, that person asking, I'm looking for a hotel. Do you know? I feel like I'm not on the right street or something. You never know. The Hanged Man says sometimes relationships take time to blossom. Got that Piscean energy. There could be somebody very special in Saggie's world who may start out like just a simple passerby that Sag gives a little bit of assistance to, but it's somebody that will stand out to Sag. It's somebody, maybe they have super long hair, or maybe they, I know this reminds me so much of like a Willie Nelson, or it actually looks a little bit more like his son, Lucas Nelson, who's also a great musician. But there's just this, I don't know, I keep thinking like, I'm here in Sweet Home, Alabama right now. I'm hearing some country songs or something. And I'm thinking of like Tennessee. I'm thinking of someplace, I don't know if that's a location where Sag will be or someone else will be. We have the devil. This says, Sag, it's great. You love helping people. That's awesome. But do pause just a little bit and make sure that you're not going to be at risk of overgiving just because you're in such a good mood and life is turning a corner for you. There will be some people that will come towards Sag that will take as much as Sag is willing to give. So sure, be a beautiful, wonderful helper as you are. Continue to make eye contact with people. If that's your thing and people approach you and that's your gift in this lifetime, that's beautiful. But it does say, but remember, this new phase of Saggie's life is about equality. So just this says, make sure before you just open up, your purse strings or your whole heart to somebody or offer too much assistance. Get to know somebody, vet them a little bit, because otherwise that could uncover some things that you don't like about somebody, or it could become like, wow, they latch on and it's like, you are a fountain of, warmth and abundance, and I'm going to drink from your fountain. And now it could be somebody that insinuates themselves into Saggie's life. So it's not saying it would be, it's just saying, be mindful. If somebody is hungry and, for attention because they're feeling lonely and they approach Sag, and turns out it's like, oh, wow, this person is great. They really, they seem really lovely. It started out, they were asking me for directions. They're new in town. Obviously, they want to connect. Sure, I'll be this person's new friend. They're sexy. This is working good. Yes, but beware the energy vampires is what this still says. Always balancing things back out with, am I in a place of equality? Because I think this all gently hints Sag kind of got used before. And as somebody who has a lot to offer, I could understand how, everybody gets in that situation sometimes where, you realize, uh-oh, I did it again. I set myself up to overgive. And now it's harder to reel that back once you've overdone. We have all of the ancestors. I always think of this card as that song, We Are Family. I got all my sisters with me. Just because all the ancestors are circling around being like, we got you, Sag. We're going to protect you. We're going to remind you. Vet somebody first. If there's any wonkiness, any funky vibes, don't let somebody keep coming at you. If you see a trait that you don't like, it's okay to shut them down. This Five of Swords is like, nope, done, and silence. I'm moving on. So it does kind of seem like, just remember the vetting process is what it says, Sag. But otherwise, Sag can have a great time. They can, really enjoy somebody's energy. They can be a great help, a great assistance. They can be just exactly who Sag is, this wonderful, loving person. This is a great time of Saggie's life coming up to interact with others. But I think the key here is have a good time, Sag, and make sure that it stays in balance and equality. What I'm going to say is Sag may know, although this is a turning point for me, I'm also like being tested. Maybe this is the first time I will have ever made sure that I don't overgive. So maybe this is my chance to make sure that I don't slip back into an old pattern. That to me would make perfect sense. My hair is itching my nose so bad right now. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this one here. We're still going to do Scorpio before I go to bed tonight. You guys, so nice to see everyone. Sweet. I love that. Yes, Sister Sledge. Thank you. I couldn't think who sings that. Wendy E., great to catch you. RT and RS, thank you so much for being here. That's awesome, Wendy E. I'm so happy for you. San Juanita, nice to catch you. Heather Cowdrick, hi. I love that. Oh, Wendy E., that's wonderful. You went to a reggae concert in a mountain park today. That sounds so awesome. How fun. I love your guys' conversations in here. Cracks me up. I love it. Lindsay D., great to see you. Lindsay D., thank you. Tammy Secord, hi, honey. RS, you're so sweet. Shout out to all the night owls. Sorry I got home so late tonight. Hi, Astro, Ash Cash. Nice. Astrofuck, you're kidding me. You're so great. You paused Poison on my 80s hair metal playlist to watch. That is awesome. And that is a great song, too. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Pour Some Sugar on Me. Sorry, I don't know why that's the song that I'm hearing right now. Jeannie Vale, hi. Brenda Ann. Brenda, that's so sweet. Hi, Angelina Divina. Wonderful to see you. Jackie M., thanks for being here. All right, you guys. I will see you in the Scorpio one next. Courtney Jade. Oh, thank you, especially for popping in. RS, thank you. I always blend my hair bands. I'm so bad about that. And there's so many like awesome rock anthems. I always get this one wrong too. Who sings I'll Be There For You, These 5 Words I Swear to You? Is that Bon Jovi? Because I blend I blend my hair bands so much, you guys. I'm terrible, but I love that one too. Actually, if you listen to the lyrics, I'm like, those rock anthems were really sweet. And like what Air Supply, oh gosh, Making Love Out of Nothing at All. That was another great one. Like there's just so many awesome lyricists out of those hair bands, I feel like. Yes, I know. And there were a lot of them. I agree, Astro. All right, you guys. I'll see you a little bit, well, in a few minutes, actually. Let me go check on Aries real quick, and then I'll be back for Scorpio. All right, you guys. Lots of love. Thank you so much, everybody.